It warbles on a lot here. Standing on the side of the road, north of Glen Innes. Road points north. Okay, so that's north, and that's the smoke coming up from the fire on Bullock Mountain. Just been to town to find out what the story is. It's not, or it didn't start on the trig. It started right beside the Bullock homestead. So it's about 7.5 kilometres from my place. And the wind today is blowing from the west with a little bit of southwest in it, which for me is good. But if it starts blowing with a bit of northwest in it, then that's going to start blowing embers towards my place. So I think I'll just go home and wait to see which way the wind blows, and I'll get a little bit of a look at this as we go. Fire's burning in some pretty wild country. On the bright side, once it gets up to the trig, if it then starts coming down the hill, it's got to come down a very steep hill to get to the river. So, unless there's a whole lot of rain or something, which is not forecast, then my theory is that there'll probably be a backburn of the entire Bullock Mountain site on the weekend. Really good view of the door pillar there. My place starts where the power line crosses the far tree line. Beardy waters. That river there is the control line, with the Arrowford Road as the backup. There's the power line cut on the tree line on the horizon. And over there we have the fire. Because I live up there, on top of that hill, as far as I'm concerned, my last ditch defence line is that, the Barilda driveway. If there's fire on the eastern side of the Barilda driveway, I've got real problems. There should be no fire on the eastern side of Yarraford Road. There should be no fire on the eastern side of the Beardy Waters. All things being equal, and if everything goes right. At least Barilda looks pretty green. Pity I can't say the same for country on this side of the road. And you might as well consider that this railway line, disused as it is, is another usable containment line. Check the grazing that's going on there. When there's a fire on, fellas like that who graze their country right back to bare stone, they're actually quite useful as fire breaks. I think I'm going to go all the way up to the hill over the top of Ranges Valley Dam and see what it looks like from there. Whereas people who farm more sensitively and leave ground cover to protect their topsoil, come the bushfire, they and we are the ones who have more fuel on the ground. It's a sad sort of equation, isn't it? Quite a nice little drive, actually. Freshly graded road, made mud pie and mincemeat out of the vegetation in the road reserve, but you know, the drivers appreciate it. The miracle of contour farming, even in a drought. Look how green that is. Bit of a contrast. And this will be the other containment line. Wow, they really have done a beautiful job on this road. More sightseeing than fire reconnaissance, isn't it? Off to Ranges Valley Dam. Probably not now, but once upon a time the largest privately owned dam in the Southern Hemisphere. Ranges Valley Dam in the Cam Creek Gully. Approaching the top of the hill. Ranges Valley Dam. With its attendant feedlot. 25,000 cattle living behind barbed wire. Don't know if it still occurs, but there used to be a sailing club and a water skiing club, both flourishing on the dam. And there is the fire. Whereas, yeah, my place is about there. Yep, very kind of difficult to see with only 8 powers magnification, but that's the state of the art. Fire began, yeah, 7.5 kilometres upwind of me, and today the smoke's not actually tracking over the top of my place, so I can feel pretty relaxed about it. Come out here and have a look. Show you the sights. Yes, it's definitely progressed. a smaller, lighter column of smoke going up on the right, the big, heavier, thick one going up on the left. I'd say it's reached the top of the little saddle and it's onto the flat top of Bullock Mountain where the trig is. Just based on what I've been told and what I can see. Yes. Telephoto while driving through causeways. Because the fire is on Bullock Mountain, I figured it would probably be something that was caused by tourists, because there's a dude ranch out there, a place called Bullock Mountain. I don't know if it still is, but it was once a nudist colony. Don't know if it still does, but they used to run pub crawls on horseback. 28 years that I've been living within 10 miles of them. I think I can remember about 10 different fires out there. It's a place where fires start, probably more than anywhere else in the Shire. But no, it wasn't tourists. Somebody was welding in a paddock and they didn't have any water and they managed to strike a spark. And therefore, thus and because, pretty much the whole of Bullock Mountain is going to have to be burned in order to take away the fuel and control the fire. Such is life. Ned Kelly, such is life. It's getting windier. Okay, that's not good. The smoke's coming up out of the treetops. If you see what I mean. Although perhaps that's the ridge on the other side of the Armidale Road that I can see on the other side of the smoke. Okay, so that's the Hueys Mountain with the microwave mobile phone tower on the top of it. And between those two trees, there is my place. And the fire's out there, actually about there. So that's all very cheerful. Driving through smoke to get back home. This is the fallback line, lined with blady grass, both sides of the road, as well as lots and lots and lots of dead trees and shrubs because the weeds controllers have been out with their poison, making sure the roads are lined with bushfire fuel. Wouldn't want anything green to be there, would you? New England Weeds Authority. Here's a chunk of roadside they haven't got to yet. Okay, so this is the Barilda driveway. Over there's the fire. If that fire crosses this driveway, then I am going to be facing a fire coming at me out of that forest. Nobody will be able to stop it between here and my place. So that's when I'm just going to have to pull something out of the bag. Something beginning with back burn. Because if that gets into that, I want the radiant heat happening as far as possible from my palatial residence. So the plan is to wet this down as far as the hose will reach and then light off the wet patch and use a leaf blower to push the fire line out to meet the approaching fire. So that's the plan, because planning to make a plan is not making a plan.